Good morning. It is Monday, April 27th. I managed to put 7 days together where I stayed on the 5-in-1. So that was really exciting. The scale was not being particularly nice to me this morning. I weighed in at 144. So that is saying I'm up, but you know, the scale does that. I'm not gonna let that bother me. It's gross here. It's super rainy. It's super windy. It was so loud last night. I know I didn't sleep good. You know, one of the parts of our program is we got to get a good 8 hours of sleep, and I know I didn't get that last night. So I'm just going to keep working my program, and hopefully Friday the scale is where I want it to be. Officially, April vacation is over. I'm about to go in the office and see if anything has changed there. I got my first fueling of the day, which is my chocolate shake with my iced coffee, and my first 24 ounces of water. So we're just gonna try to play this like a work day. All right, I hope you're having some great success. Let's see how today goes. All right, time for fueling 2. It's about 11 o'clock. I just updated all of my classes with their remote learning activities. So it's been a productive morning. If I was at school, it would be time for a bar. So this is the creamy double peanut butter crisp. This one is excellent, very filling because there's lots of peanut butter taste in it. So we're gonna enjoy this, and I'll see you back for fueling number 3. All right, it's time for our third fueling. We're gonna do the roasted garlic creamy smashed potatoes into a waffle and put a wedge of the French onion Laughing Cow cheese in it to turn it into a grilled cheese sandwich for lunch. So you just put the packet into the bowl, and then egg beaters or Market Basket has egg starts or just egg whites, whatever. They're just easy. You do 1/4 cup of egg beaters, and then 1/4 cup of just water. Okay, 1/4 cup of that. Mix that up. We'll put it in the waffle maker. I'll show you what it looks like before I add my cheese. Alrighty, here's what your mashed potato waffle looks like. And then I'm gonna add this Laughing Cow cheese wedge. So you just cut it in half, kind of even it out a little bit. Oops. Then you just fold it over. Some bad videoing, sorry. And leave it in the waffle maker for like 1 more minute, and it's gonna be the perfect grilled cheese. All right, here it is, my third fueling of the day. This is one of my favorite lunches. I have this one a lot. Just filled up my third 24 ounces of water. Gotta get them in. All right, we're gonna do some cooking later today. I convinced my mom to make a turkey dinner tomorrow. So we're gonna make a stuffing substitute. I'm sure it's not very lean, but it's low carb. So we're gonna give that a try. And then I'm gonna try to take my last pork chop and turn that into a pork fried rice for my lean and green tonight. All right, we'll see how that goes. Okay, today I'm going to try to follow this recipe and make some stuffing for tomorrow. Again, not really a lean and green, just kind of a no-carb stuffing. And then I'm going to use some of the similar ingredients to make pork fried rice. So let's see here. I got onion, carrot, celery. I got a pound of Hamburg and 2 cups of walnuts that I soaked in water and chopped up really finely. let's see how this goes. All right, it never comes out great when I do this because you can either see my face or you can see me try to cook. Honestly, seeing me try to cook it's not really worth it. We preheated the oven to 375 because eventually this is all gonna go into a baking pan to bake to the stuffing. We are gonna put the beef and the celery and my carrot. The recipe said add a chopped apple, but I went with no apple. But I did add a carrot. All right, so I get my frying pan, I get a pound of beef, I got 4 stalks of celery and 1 large carrot. I diced it all up. It says just break up the beef into little pieces and mix it with the celery. I can do that. Give it a minute, Reem, give it a minute. All right. I diced up the hamburger nice. It did say use the leanest hamburger you can find, but as most of you know during this quarantine, hamburger has become sort of on a premium. So the leanest I could find is 80-20. So I know that's definitely nowhere near a leanest anything, but that was what I could find for hamburger meat. And so it's gonna have to be good enough. All right, I chopped it all up very fine. And we're just gonna give that 4 minutes. All right, here's what this looks like in about 4 minutes. We're gonna add these coarsely cut onions to the pan. All right, I added the onion. It says garlic powder. I added a little adobo, and it said poultry seasoning, so I added a little Dow's. Again, it says when you're cooking this, to make sure it doesn't all brown because it is gonna go into the oven for a little bit. So I think we are just about ready to add our 2 cups of walnuts. So maybe one of you knows why, but I soaked these all morning, so they've been soaking for about 8 hours. They're finely chopped. Mix it all together for 1 more minute. Make sure the beef is broken down into little bite-sized pieces. So we're gonna stir this up one last time. We're gonna put it in the baking pan. And then it says bake it for 30 minutes. Right. So we're gonna pop this in our 375-degree oven. I'll show you what that looks like in a half an hour. All right, now that our stuffing is in the oven, I'm gonna take this last pork chop from the other day. I'm gonna dice that up into little teeny bites. I am gonna take just a little bit of the vegetables we used in the stuffing. I'm gonna grill those up real quick and saute them. And then we'll mix it all together with some cauliflower rice, a little soy sauce, a little rice wine vinegar, and my key ingredient, my secret ingredient, is to sprinkle everything with a Splenda at the end. I'll let you see how that comes out. Here is the final product for the stuffing. That looks good. And here we're just gonna saute up a little bit more of that onion, celery, and carrot mixture to start our pork fried rice. All right, we added the bag of herbed cauliflower rice to the pan. We're gonna let that crisp up a little bit. I chopped up the leftover pork chop. We're gonna add that in a minute. And hopefully it's gonna make a delicious lean and green. Ooh, tonight's lean and green looks pretty good. We put the pork in, a little of the low sodium soy sauce, a dash of the rice vinegar. We scrambled an egg in there, and then we added 1 packet of Splenda to give it that sweet and salty taste. This is going to be delicious. All right, here is my delicious dinner. We're going to try the stuffing because, I made it. And the rice came out delicious. It is about 7:30, and I have a confession. I definitely had too much dinner. I definitely knew that my fried rice would make 2 servings, especially when I added the egg. And then I was like, no, that's not right. And now I am so full. So I am going to break the cardinal rule of OPTAVIA, and I am going to have 1 more fueling and be done for the day. And that's okay. But I was just on Facebook, and there's a lot of people saying, you know, they just started the program, and usually around this time they would have a glass of wine or a beer, and they miss it because alcohol is definitely going to knock you out of fat burn. So I was like, oh, they should just replace their nightly alcoholic beverage with an OPTAVIA milkshake. So you just fill the bottom of your blender bottle with ice, cover it up with a little bit of water. Take either your chocolate chip cookie or your brownie bake and add it to your blender cup. And then add 1 tablespoon of reduced fat cream cheese to the blender bottle. That seems weird, I know, but it's going to give it that creamy texture to make it feel like you actually put ice cream in there. So we're going to blend that up. And we're going to enjoy this as my last fueling.